What is up, everybody, and welcome to FLW Videos. In today's episode, we're going to be talking about the new top 10 Pokemon by CP in Pokemon Go. So earlier today, Pokemon Go actually updated all of these CPs and they changed up everything, and along with that, it kind of glitched out because all of the Pokemon were showing as not being fully healed. And if you were lucky enough within this 5-minute window, you could go spend 200 potions reviving your Pokemon all the way back to its perfect health and not get a refund. All joking aside, PokemonGoHub.net was able to go into the traffic, pull out all of the new stats for the Pokemon. So because of that, what we're going to be doing today is actually taking a look at that article and walking through the top 10 Pokemon by CP. And you'll be so surprised as to the changes that occurred. But with that being said, let's get into the video. Before we get started on this list, there's actually one Pokemon that used to be in the top 10 that was knocked out because of the rework. And that is Lugia. If you are curious about it, Lugia was previously ranked 10th and now falls down to the number 11 spot. Number 10. Metagross. Go ahead and check out that new CP. Metagross has a change of CP of 154. Metagross has actually fallen down a position, moving from the number 9 spot down to the number 10, but either way it still remains in the top 10, so we are very excited about it, especially for the Community Day Meteor Mash. Number 9. Dragonite. So Dragonite actually moved up 2 spots from the previous CP, so this is one of the highest buffs that we have seen out of all of the Pokemon. As far as the actual CP change is concerned, it did go up 211, ranking out at 9th when it was previously in at the number 11 spot. So this is going to be the perfect Dragon-type Pokemon from a non-legendary perspective that should be able to dominate under the new CP rework. Number 8. Latios. So Latios gaining a CP of 168. Latios is one of the few on this list that actually did not move positions. It was previously number 8. It is now number 8, going up 168 CP. Check out that new CP at 3,812. Definitely a welcomed addition. I'm very curious to see if Latios will get used more because of the CP buff. Number 7. Tyranitar. So go ahead and check out Tyranitar gaining a CP of 164. So Tyranitar actually fell down a position from the number 6 spot previously, now to the number 7 spot, despite gaining a buff. That's just kind of the way that it works out, especially when we're talking about some of these Pokemon later on in the list. They just went up a substantial amount, and unfortunately Tyranitar did not go up as much. But either way, a buff is going to be welcomed from either the rock typing or the dark typing. Number 6. Rayquaza. Go ahead and check out that new CP, a change of 190 CP. Rayquaza actually went up in the ranks, previously number 7 and is now the number 6 Pokemon. With all of these additions and getting a buff to the HP, I do think that Rayquaza will become even more useful as far as raids are concerned. Previously it was considered a little bit more of a glass cannon, so hopefully now with the HP rework it will be able to stay in the fight a little bit longer and get out that damage. Number 5. Ho-Oh. So go ahead and check that out. This is going to be one of the first ones on this list that actually got a negative CP change of minus 26, but it still remains in at the number 5 spot. Previously it was number 5 as well. Nobody doubted that Ho-Oh did not have good stats. What it lacks this entire time was really a good moveset, so either way, there's not too much of a change for Ho-Oh. Number 4. So number 4 and number 3 is technically a two-way tie between Groudon and Kyogre, since they do have the exact same stats. A positive out of this is that there is a buff of 41 CP for both of these Pokemon, cracking out at a new max CP of 4,115 on this list. Either way, we are very excited about it, but as far as the ranking is concerned, both of these Pokemon did drop down 1 spot. Yes, they used to be the second highest, second to Slacking, and then now they are in at the number 3 spot. So hopefully you can imagine what is at the number 2 spot, and I am very excited to talk about this. Mewtwo. Go ahead and check that out. We finally see Mewtwo pass that 4,000 CP mark. The coveted Pokemon have made it past that. So as far as the buff is concerned, Mewtwo did go up 196 CP and actually has a change of a +2. So basically it used to be ranked at number 4 behind Kyogre and Groudon, and now it moved up to the number 2 spot. So a massive buff, something that a lot of people will be very excited about and hopefully see as like the number 1 highest CP in your Pokédex. With Mewtwo being at the number 2 spot, that means that there is still one Pokemon to discuss. In at the number 1 spot is Slacking. It's literally still Slacking. There is a CP change of -117 for Slacking, but still holds that number 1 spot. I hoped so badly that Slacking would get out of it, but unfortunately will still reign as the number 1, at least for now until Generation 4 gets in. But as far as the rankings are concerned, Slacking still remained at the number 1 spot, so there was no change to the rankings. So all in all, I guess the biggest surprise for me is probably Mewtwo getting up past that 4,000 CP hump. I'm personally very excited about that. I assume everyone else is. And like I said before, I was hoping that Slacking would get pulled down because it isn't that great of a Pokemon, but unfortunately, it still reigns as number 1. But we always have Generation 4 have a Pokemon come in to potentially take it. Hopefully that does end up happening. But let's go ahead and end on a question of the day. As far as the Pokemon are concerned, which Pokemon are you most excited about getting a CP buff? Go ahead and let me know in the comments section below, and I will see you next time.
Hit me like a tidal wave. Sugar body,